That's right. It is the Hollywood Social Lounge right here on KVVB TV, Channel 33. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. It's great to have you with us on today's show. We're going to be joined by Craig Shoemaker. Yes, he's around the corner. Very funny guy, by the way. He's going to be talking about his latest stand-up comedy, Finding the Funny. We'll be talking to Craig around the corner. Also about his latest show where it takes comedians and people that cook food and put them all together. So you know that's going to be a great time. So we'll be talking about that around the corner as well. And we've got some trailers, including, I'm super excited about this because, of course, Star Wars is just around the corner. Will you be lining up for Star Wars? We want to hear about it in social media. So we're looking at the chat room there, seeing you guys over there. We appreciate you. And let's see, we got lots to talk about around the corner, including some entertainment news. This is something we wanted to share as well. So Michael Jackson, what do you think about a biopic being done about his story? Now, of course, many have already kind of taken to film, but what if this is the same team that also did Bohemian Rhapsody? Would you watch it? I would say if they did Bohemian Rhapsody, which they did a fantastic job on that, I'm looking forward to that also. Speaking of Star Wars, if you have not yet seen it, we want to find out, first of all, do you like it? Do you love it? Is it just something that might pass, come and go? We want to know about the Yoda merchandise that is currently all over the internet. Yes, you know, Baby Yoda. Yeah, we'll talk about that as well. Also, this story, very interesting. The Terminator director, Tim Miller. A lot of reports over there. Have you seen Terminator? I still want to see it. I don't understand why, in box office terms, it's a flop, other than a lot of people probably waiting to see it on pay-per-view, probably not going to the movie theater. But evidently, he says he's processing based on the flop and says it may never work with James Cameron again. Yikes! So all of that and more we'll be talking about just around the corner with our radio audience right after these messages. It's ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Coming up around the corner, we'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned. That's right. It is the Hollywood Social Lounge right here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM, joining our live TV audience over there at KVVB TV, Channel 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and YouTube Live. Yes, we appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. On today's show, we're going to be speaking to the very funny, very amazing Craig Shoemaker, coming up around the corner, finding the funny. Great stand-up comedy. He's currently traveling with his stand-up routine. He's actually coming back to California as well around the corner, so we'll talk about that and much, much more, including a new show that he's been working on, which I think, I don't know, I'm just saying, maybe we should enter for an opportunity. I wouldn't consider myself a cook, but I can take some recipes, and I don't know. We'll let him be the funny, and then we could do the cook. Although I think he already has his cook friend, so we'll be talking about that and the buddy romance or bromance that they have and how long they've known each other. So all of that and more right after these big stories that are out right now, including this. This poll I saw, and I thought, you know what? We might as well get our own poll because many of you are tuning in on or via social media. So we like to get kind of the pulse by pulse poll because, you know, sometimes people get into your head and they kind of like sway you one way. But if you get people like we do here on social media and we get kind of, how do I say it? You kind of get the unbiased version, right? It's kind of the version where it's like people just say, you know what? It is what it is. So it is the poll of who should host the Oscars in 2020. Okay, so here are the current ones that are down for the count as to who should host. And I got a question for you as well. Wouldn't it be cool if they let the people actually vote this time? Because I have a feeling there's a lot of Oscars that have, you know, there's always a favorite, and yet we never get them called on. And then we have to be kind of wait on it. We have to see, and then we go, oh, that wasn't quite right. But so what do you think about this? Of course, 1 year after Kevin Hart was anointed and then stepped down amid controversy, the Academy and producers Lynette Howell-Taylor and Stephanie Allen face a difficult decision. Who will be in the 2020 Oscars? Are you ready for it? Okay, well, there's Ellen DeGeneres, right? Ellen hosted from 2007 and 2014. There's Jimmy Kimmel, who was in 2018 and 2019. Dwayne Johnson actually said he would host the last year before Hart took the role. Then there's Tiffany Haddish. There's Maya Rudolph, which of course they did pretty good. They were hailed for their short moment there on the Oscars. So who will you vote for? Ellen DeGeneres, Tiffany Haddish, Kevin Hart, Dwayne Johnson, Jimmy Kimmel, or no host at all? Which, if we've all seen this just recently, we saw, again, the Emmys did that, and I'm not sure the Emmys were very well received this year. So I'm hoping the Oscars take a little bit of, I don't know, maybe an idea from that and say, okay, you know what? We're going to pick our own host. Now, here, if I could just throw in my 2 cents just for a moment, I think, personally, if they throw in Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson, that'll be a great show. Because those two, just seeing them interact, if you're not following any one of them, I just saw an interaction with Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart's now back into the circuit after, of course, his terrible bodily injury in that car accident. And so he's doing the promotions for Jumanji, which we have a trailer of to watch a little bit later, and we'll get your viewpoint on that as well. So if I could put those two together, that's what I would do. I don't know about you, but that's what I would want to do. Let's see. We've got Judy over there says, yes, the people should vote. We've got Tim, who is asking about Craig. Is he going to be answering our questions? I don't know. We'll see about that. And Brian Owen, who says, we want Craig. I could hear him sounding it out right over there. We want Craig. Craig coming up around the corner. We're excited about that. But so there you go. There's that. And then there's this. So the Terminator director, Tim Miller. This was the latest article. I saw this on Hollywood Reporter, and I'm not sure how I feel about this. Of course, the Dark Fate Terminator. First of all, has anybody seen it? That's what I want to find out. I have not seen it. And I'm going to be probably the majority which are going to watch it on pay-per-view. I can't wait to rent it online, like on Vudu, right? VUDU. I don't do Vudu. I'm not in that sphere of things. I always feel weird saying I watch Vudu, right? That's kind of weird. Maybe it's Vudu. So, Dark Fate, of course, I think it's going to do really well in the aftermarket, not major theaters. But of course, everybody's saying, "Oh, it bombed because it earned just 29 million in its November 1st opening weekend." Of course, they're thinking, "Hey, everybody wants to see everybody come back to the Terminator franchise," and I would say yes, but you got a new generation of people that are completely divided on that. So I don't know, but again, Terminators 2 Judgment Day, which was one of the best, was in 91. Director Tim Miller was hot off his surprise hit Deadpool. The film received the franchise's strongest reviews since T2, which is a solid 71% rating, but it just didn't register. So he said, quote, in an interview, he says, "I'm sure we could write a book on why it didn't work. I'm still not sure, and I'm processing, but I'm very proud of the movie." Industry observers have pointed to franchise fatigue as contributing to some of the failures of November movies like Dark Fate, Doctor Sleep, Charlie's Angels, all of which some said, "Oh, this would do really well," and yet Dark Fate is in this string. So what do you think about that? Do you think that the Terminator franchise could end there? Do you think they'll pick it up again? I would say I would wait for world box office. Maybe not domestically. Maybe we're all kind of looking for some other stuff. I don't know. But I do know this. Michael Jackson biopic is in the works. Will you watch it? It's actually from the Bohemian Rhapsody producer, Graham King, and Oscar-nominated screenwriter John Logan. They've acquired the rights to make a Michael Jackson biopic. So what do you think about that? Would you see it? Do you want to see it? Will you wait to see the previews? I think if you haven't seen Bohemian Rhapsody just yet, then you should definitely check it out. I felt it was a fantastic film, really well told. I believe those that were very close to the singer, of course, said this was depicted properly. So I say if it's in their hands, they should run with it. And then there's this Baby Yoda merchandise. Have you seen it? Okay, so we've got a trailer a little bit later of The Mandalorian. If you haven't already, subscribe to Disney Plus. We want to find out why you haven't. I'll be honest, I'm one that hasn't. But after today, I might, because if you follow the morning show, which is one of our other daily shows that we do here on the stations, Jesse told me that there was a meme going around. And I hate spoilers, but this is, if you can't be on social media and not see the beautiful little, I guess he's beautiful. He's beautiful. All babies are beautiful, right? Baby Yoda. So, Baby Yoda, you got to be careful if you get merchandise. Most likely, it's bootleg merchandise. There's been such a clamoring. It's flooded the internet, and nothing has actually been licensed. Yeah, just yet, as Friday afternoon. So a quick search on eBay, you'll find Baby Yoda results in like shirts, mugs, stuffed toys, with the shirt that reads, "He protects, he attacks, he also takes naps." You see, I need that shirt. That's the shirt I need. There's a coffee mug that's proclaiming "Adorable he is," or rather, "Adorable he is. Protect him. I will." So there you go. So yeah, you can find a lot of stuff, but just so you know, it's not properly licensed. So you're probably buying technically illegal stuff. But you know what? That stuff is all over. You got stuff on Etsy, which isn't properly licensed. You got a bunch of stuff. All right. Well, speaking of a bunch of stuff, we got to take a quick break here because around the corner, we got Craig Shoemaker joining us just around the corner. There he is calling in right now. We're going to get him on. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned. That's right. It's the Hollywood Social Lounge right here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM, KVVB TV, Channel 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, anywhere you can see video on social. That's where we're at. It is my pleasure to introduce you to a very funny man. If you have not already followed him, you need to follow him on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. He is everywhere and then some. In fact, he's traveling right now on his stand-up comedy routines. Put a show together. Let's bring him on. Without further ado, I've got Craig Shoemaker here with us. Good morning. Welcome to the show, Craig.
Good morning. I have to thank you right away for getting my name right. I have these people say, our favorite comedian, Craig Shoemaker.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's spelled Shoemaker. You make shoes. You don't mock shoes unless they're Crocs. Those you can mock. Okay?
Have you ever owned a Croc?
You know what the holes are for? You know what the holes are for in Crocs? It's so your self-esteem can slip out.
Well,
and by the way, I have 4 kids, so I wear them because I don't care anymore, and I drive a minivan. I just don't care about life.
You know what? I get it. Like, well, okay, wait. So you have whoa. Let's go back to that. You have 4 kids. I do. Just so you know about me, okay, I went from single life to instant family literally overnight, okay, literally. I had no kids of my own. The woman I met, she has, 3, a 21, a 17-year-old, and a 7-year-old. As you can imagine, I need tips. Do you have any, Craig?
Do what I do. Go on the road. Get a comedy act. Go on the road. I get hotels. I can watch what I want. I can throw things around, and I don't have to be an example. So I have somebody cleaning up after me. Oh, it's great.
Right.
I just FaceTime them. You just have a FaceTime relationship with them.
You don't know.
It's very rewarding though. I didn't have a dad growing up. My dad left when I was born. Something I said, wham, he was gone.
Oh wow.
So it was so this is a whole adjustment for me. Especially I'm from Philadelphia, and the whole thing about growing up in California, raising these kids in California where everything's different. They have machines to help you. They have a machine now called Baby Mozart. You put Mozart in their crib, supposed to help them sleep and make them smarter. Changed. When I was a kid in my crib in Philadelphia, I was listening to my great aunt, chain smoking Marlboro Red, singing me a lullaby. She's there above my crib. When the bell breaks, the cradle will fall. Hold my ashtray still. Play with my smoke rings. Look, the Olympic symbol.
Oh my God!
That's how I rolled growing up. So this is going to be difficult. But I do enjoy having the kids because they keep me lively and young.
Well, and I find so many again that live the life of the traveling thing. Do you ever have the moment where you're like, man, I miss those young ones. I can't wait to get back.
Oh no, I'm serious. I mean, in all seriousness, I can't wait to. I'm actually calling you from Chicago right now, and it's going great here, and I love it. I love the fans and are laughing. I love making people laugh, but there's nothing like being with the children. I mean, they just really love. Although I don't know how much I'm wanted. I get applause when I walk on stage. My kids don't applaud when I walk into the house. I walk in, they turn their chairs like the judges on The Voice. Yeah, Dad, good to see you.
And they don't hit the bell, huh? They don't hit the bell. Do you ever
No.
Wait? Well, so kids are sometimes the biggest critics. They will tell you to your face. So do you ever practice some of your routine? You're like, oh, if this is a hit for them, it might work for the teenage group.
I do, and the worst thing they can do is name a comedian that they like better.
Oh, no.
They do that all the time, especially when it's a ventriloquist. Then you want to wring their necks. Either that or go buy a puppet.
Okay. So Craig, look, you're doing some pretty big stuff. Again, you are busy on a show, which I have to say is probably a pretty fantastic and funny one. You decided, well, instead of me saying what you did, how would you describe? It's called Comedy Kitchen. How would you describe that?
Well, Comedy Kitchen is a role reversal challenge where one of my best friends is in the restaurant business, Tony Luke. He's from Philadelphia, and he's he beat Bobby Flay. He's this great restaurant guy, and I teach him comedy, and he teaches me food. And for the judges, so I do a dish for the judges, and he does comedy for the judges. But then we extended it. We did it at this beautiful winery, Davis Estates in Napa, and then we had famous comedians come in, and they do a dish, and then famous chefs. So it's the chefs take the stage, and the comic takes the kitchen, and it's Comedy Kitchen. And it's really so much fun we had. We had Bill Bellamy and Gina Neely from the Neelys, that's one of the chefs, and Heather McDonald and John Henson. It was really so great. And we're just hoping we sell it big. We aired on JLTV, and now we're hoping that Netflix picks us up.
Now, okay, so Craig, this kind of brings me to, can you teach anybody comedy, or do you ever have to just throw in the towel and be like, I can't help you? You ever meet that person?
Fortunately, chefs actually are very similar to comics. Think about it. We do a set list, and they do a menu.
Oh.
And then you come up with a good dish, and you have ingredients, and that's what a joke takes. And they're dealing with people all the time, because most of them have to be out with people, and they're entertaining them. So it really wasn't that big of a transition. Can you teach anyone to be funny? I think just about anyone who, as long as they can. I work with them on their stage, getting rid of their nerves and being in their head. And I've been at comedy for such a long time. And I actually mentor people, for many, many years. As a matter of fact, I mentored Kenny Loggins, who he is, the singer, Footloose. And his son came to me, and I mentored him for a year, and he did stand-up. And,
wow.
And I brought, a shy, 6'8" guy, and brought him on the stage. He ended up killing it. It's something you really... as long as you keep it, personal, that's what I believe in. The comedy is the best, and if you can bring that out and funny, it's in there somewhere. I think we all have creativity within us, and it's a matter of how to spark it. So hopefully I do that well.
Yeah, I know you do. I've seen your stand-up. It's fantastic. A lot of people on social media are already tuning in. Brian Owen, Tim Kolskow, and they're like, you know what? We want to see more of Craig. In fact, one of them's shouting out right now, the Love Master. For those that don't know, for those that don't know,
I'm known as the Love Master. And with 4 kids, I guess I really have become the Love Master. But although they're not with one wife. By the way, I am divorced. I'm happily married, but I'm also divorced. And all my shows this year are benefit shows, and all proceeds go to my ex-wife. I just thought I'd let you know that you come to one of my shows in Ontario or Burbank, and your cover goes to Botox and Pilates class.
Hey, you know what? I get it. As long as you're taking care of the kids, you're a responsible man. Quick question on that, by the way. When you travel, do you ever just say to yourself, I feel as though I've got everything, or do you feel like it's just not enough?
That's a really good question. I've actually never been asked that. I love that question. I would say that, there's always that feeling of not enough that kind of propelled me throughout my comedy career. But once I got life down, life is beautiful and in the moment and mindful. And once I got to that space, I don't have the never enough thing going on. It's just, I just stay present and just do the jokes that, for the crowd that's before me, whether it's sold out or if there's 10 people, I'm going to give it to them every single time, and we have a party together. And I just really believe in the power of laughter. I've got the Laughter Heals Foundation now, and I just think that we need so much more laughter in this country, and people are just so attracted to hatred and division and negativity and anger and rage, and we're so outraged. And it's like, let's just get together. We got this medicine. Comedians, we're like your pharmacist. You should come out and,
And no side effects. No terrible side effects, that is.
Only great side effects. Well, I do have some people. I do a long show. I had one guy came up and goes, my face hurts. You need to shut up for a minute. I got Bell's palsy over here. I love to hear that. It's fantastic if I can hurt people in that way, and that's the way we should be hurt, is in a positive way. And, it oxygenates your body, and healing endorphins are released, and stress is relieved. And I read a book, Norman Cousins cured himself of a terminal disease just from laughing, which makes me a doctor, right? Maybe I'm the Love Master. Open up and say, ha, for the Love Master.
Well, Craig.
I just think that it's undervalued, and I'd like to bring it to Washington and have a laughter lobby and a laughter movement. I really believe in that.
Well, you're making me think of the movements that they've done when it comes to like music, and they bring all of the music
Right.
greats together. And you are correct. We are in such a time. In fact, Tim Kohlscout in social or Kohlscout, I think I got his name right. He says, thanks, Craig, for keeping comedy alive. One thing this world needs today more than ever is comedy. Too much sensitivity these
That's
days.
right.
Do you ever
Yeah.
feel like you're like, oh man, I'm on the border on this? I understand like you threw out some Rodney King jokes because you were told to throw these at a time when people were like, oh no. Like I just saw an interview where you will throw things out there and see, but they weren't your words. You had to use somebody else's words. Do you ever have that?
Oh, you're talking about back then with the Magic Johnson show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's all about your intent. So the comedian's intent is to make you laugh, or make you think, or make you inspired. It's not to, promote any sort of hatred or any sort of ism. There's racism, sexism, whatever it is. That's usually not the intent. And if it is, that comedian's probably going to be not long for the world. But, I know what my intent is, but, some people, they're just looking for it. Somebody will say, racist. Are you kidding me? It's such a ridiculous notion. So then you have to be sensitive. I tell a joke about a puppet. I said, it's a green puppet. I said, I'm a greenist. I didn't. It's like they're just overly sensitive. I think
Right.
people are also trying to look good in front of their neighbors and who they're sitting next to. If they groan at a joke, it's like, just shut up. Just save the groan and wait for the next laugh. There's going to be a joke 2 seconds later. Just wait for it. If you get offended on one, it's not hurting anyone. That's the thing. It's not we're having a rallying cry to go against anybody. Let's just come together. My Laughter Heals, by the way, we're a nonprofit. We go to hospitals.
Well, Craig, I hate to cut you off.
Yeah.
But I like to keep you during the break. Can we keep you? And we'll come back. We'll talk about that because I want to give it the proper attention.
Sure.
I know we've run out of time on this segment, but we'll keep you. We'll be right. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're still here with Craig Shoemaker with more right here on the Hollywood Social Lounge. Stay tuned right there. We'll be right back right after this. That's right. It's the Hollywood Social Lounge right here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM, KVVB TV, 33 Facebook Live, Periscope TV, YouTube Live, and LinkedIn Live. We've got Craig Shoemaker with us. Yes, very funny man, and you can see him in person. Actually, Craig, you're going to be back in California, and I'm sure you have a whole lineup of stand-ups that we can line up for quite literally. Is there a place we could find them all at?
Yeah, absolutely. CraigShoemaker.com, and I'm playing Burbank at Flappers. I got Ontario's coming up, Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa. A lot of local. I'm just trying to, stay home around the family. I love to tell stories to my kids, at night, like tuck them in. I don't read them books. I tell them real stories about what I was like as a kid growing up in Philadelphia. But unfortunately, the stories don't end in happily ever after.
Oh,
They usually end in, and then the cops came.
Oh no. Okay, we got to do that second movie. What was it? The follow-up with Adam Sandler, which he did that movie where he tells them the bedtime stories. We need to make that happen. Can we do that?
Yeah. Well, these aren't good bedtime stories that I tell. I was a delinquent when I was growing up. I didn't have a dad. 13, I got arrested. I'll never forget the cop says to me, well, how would you like to end up like one of these guys on the poster? I'm going, hey, at least he's wanted.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
That's a true story, by the way.
Listen,
it's the pain that comedians go through. That's what we bring to this stage, and that's why we do need this, this release. Life is not always, just fantastic and beautiful and Pleasantville. Sometimes you got this darkness that you have to address. I mean, the Joker went too far with it. I mean, that's a dark movie with no light and no levity and no laughter.
Mm-hmm.
But we really do come from this, painful space usually, and but we're all in it together. It's cathartic to laugh and enjoy. And the reason I started Laughter Heals is one of my best friends. Here's the good news about laughter: all these people have come up to me and thanked me for conceiving their child. I mean, I'm not there for the conception.
God, I hope not. Although with social media, you could be.
They go home after my shows, and every guy tries to do the love master. Hey, baby. They sound horrible. They sound like Kermit the Frog. I'm the love master. And all these people have said they were infertile, and they couldn't have a child, but they did after my show because things loosened up. You're not trying so hard. And, so there's all these laughter babies everywhere. So I was doing a movie with one of my friends, Michael Goldberg. He wrote Cool Runnings, Little Giants. And his wife is ovulating. I said, go do the Love Master. I'll go get sandwiches. And he did, and baby Kale was born 9 months later.
Oh.
So there was another, baby that was conceived in laughter. But a year and a half after that, he got brain cancer, and they said, you have 3 months to live. That was my moment. That was my ha-ha moment. I said, that's it. I'm going to help this guy as much as I can, give him joy and love and support and make him laugh. And he came to all of our laughitations. I do guided laughitations at these cancer facilities, and he came to every one of them, took the prescriptions of more laughter in his life, and he lived 15 years past that prognosis of 3 months.
Wow.
And it just gives you reason to live. Why live in this darkness of hatred and so forth? I just don't understand why more people aren't doing it. So I hope they follow the laughter movement. Follow me on social media. I really want to start this, and it's going to, it's literally a grassroots effort that we're doing here.
Well, okay, so and for those that maybe want to support even financially, because let's face it, like sometimes the money's to come in. What is there a website set up, or how do we?
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah, you go to laughterheals.org. You buy a T-shirt. You have these nice T-shirts. We hardly make any profit on it, but just to run the company and run these events and things. We just had a first responders out who helped with the fires. We did an event for them, and they're under difficult stress, and so are their caregivers. We really concentrate on caregivers as well. And, and really kind of shift the paradigm and have people, turn off the news as much as they can. We have different prescriptions that we give them, and I go out and I speak about it, too. I do speeches at corporations and things because we just need to add more levity. It makes your work better. It makes everything better if you laugh more, but nobody's out there pitching it. So that's what we're going to do.
Well, and I see here Madeline L. Engel says a good laugh heals a lot of hurt. And, we rarely focus on the healing portion. We always talk about speaking positive, thinking positive, and yet you could take something pretty not positive and turn a spin on it. And you know what? When we all laugh, there's something about that shared laughter that when you're in a place you can't get on TV and sometimes on film, but if you're watching it alone. But the moment you are joined by others feeling that must bring the energy, that frequency pretty high, and then you just keep it going. What's your secret there?
Well, it's really being in the moment, being truthful, and connecting with the connectivity that you're having, and you're in this resonant space that you're creating. As I'm just the guide. I take people, I guide them through this little journey for 90 minutes if they come see my show or a speech, and we're so internet connected, but we're losing connection with each other, and that's the whole thing. Is when you share this space with another audience member, with friends. I've had so many people that come up and go, wow, I had the worst week. Or so. I know this one woman, I now know her. Her name's Courtney, and she came to a show. Her mom had passed away 2 hours before, and she said, what else was I going to do? She's not coming back. And she went out, she celebrated her mom by laughing. And I think it's such a good thing you can do for people, is like, you don't have to stay in this mourning space. How about a funeral? Why not make it a funeral? Make it put more fun in a funeral. When somebody puts me under the ground, I don't want to, have this, dull music. I want them to play Highway to Hell or something. Just have some laugh.
Well, I will tell you, as long as Craig, if I could just say this one thing, I was at one funeral where, let's just say this, they had like music that people were dancing to, and it was a weird feeling. So I would recommend against like having people dance at your funeral, because it's weird for everybody. Okay, it literally is. But if they play like a marathon, if they play a marathon of your stuff, I would sign up for that.
Yeah, well, I went to a funeral last year, and they roasted the guy, and I was howling laughing. Of course, I was the only one who was laughing. I was very uncomfortable, but it was great. And by the way, my friend Golds passed away, and he lived 15 years past that prognosis. But he was on his deathbed in hospice, and he was like staring. And I said, Golds, we filmed this for a documentary we're doing about Laughter Heals, and I said, I don't even know if you know I'm here, Golds. I mean, blink your eyes or something. I didn't know if he was in a coma. I said, what can I do for you? I said, do you want me to give you a handy? I said, I've never done anybody but me. You want me to give you a handy? He came out of a coma, and he goes, ah! And he laughed. And that moment for me was one of the greatest moments of my life. He passed away 2 days later, but I know that he died laughing, and that's the way to go. We don't want to be so morbid about everything. So yeah, if you want to dance, sing, whatever the hell you want to do, but we just need to open up the channels here. And I truly believe in this, and I've experienced it. I've been in comedy for years, but I don't do it for me anymore. I used to do it so I could get the waitress's phone number. So, but now I really want to, get this movement going and get people, get out of your house and stop isolating and come out and join the community and have some fun together.
Well said, well said. Before we let you go, you're getting some requests in social media. Brian Owen is asking, please ask him if he could give us Barney Fife. Barney Fife?
No, well, nobody knows who that is anymore. They're so young. I said to someone in the audience, I said, do you know who Barney is? And she goes, yeah, the dinosaur. Oh my God!
I love you. Like you love me. Yeah, no.
Hey, we're super duper. Hey, I'm Barney the dinosaur. So yeah, I can imitate him too. But I will tell a story instead of just doing the impression. His daughter called me. His name's Don Knotts, Barney Fife of Andy and Mayberry, Mr. Fairly Three's Company. One
I
of
loved
my
him.
favorite actors of all time.
You loved him. Yeah.
And yeah, I've been imitating him for a while, and his daughter called me. She says, I'm writing a book about my dad called Tied Up in Knots, and I want you in the book because you're my dad's favorite comedian of all time. And I was so honored.
Oh.
But I screwed it up as usual. She was in the audience at Flappers, where I'm going to be coming up. And I said, everybody, it's Karen Knotts. I said, I do an impression of your dad. And I realized halfway through the impression I do is Barney Fife doing pornography.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No.
So here she is honoring your dad, and I'm up there going, all right, baby. Oh, you're going to have to take all this bullet. Take it all. Back up. So, anyway, yeah, and Barney, I met him in real life. Like there's a fake life. But anyway, I met him in real life. He's older at the time, and they pose us next to each other. And they said, dude, Barney, And I'm up there doing the old Barney going, all right, nip it in the bud, Andy. And he turns to me and goes, I can't do it anymore. You do me better than me. And I ended up looping him in the movie Pleasantville. If you watch the movie, he was sick. He couldn't make half the movie. So it's actually my voice dubbed in there as doing him as an old guy, the TV repairman. When he circles the apple in the telestrator, that's actually my voice going, boom, what do you call that right now, bud? The forbidden fruit here in Pleasantville. I'm the TV repairman. That's actually me.
You got me in tears, man. Look, Craig, I am gonna get to one of your many shows. I know you're coming to Ontario, going to Burbank. You're Chicago now. For those that want to follow your great career, maybe they just discovered you right now. Where can we find you at, and where do? Because I understand you have your own podcast as well, right?
Yes, it's called Craig Shoemaker, Dr. Craig Shoemaker, Can I Help You? I really do love inspiring people in whatever direction it is. We have famous people and completely never be famous people. It's just about, just sharing our lives together and hoping getting better. So there's that. You can find that on wherever you find podcasts. And then CraigShoemaker.com and official Craig Shoemaker on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. Craig Shoemaker sounds like it's spelled like it sounds. I really appreciate you having me on now and
we do too.
The healing powers of laughter. I love it.
Yeah, no, we love it too. Brenda, my lady over there, is in social media. She's saying, looking forward to seeing Comedy Kitchen. We look forward to that as well. So much, much more. Again, thank you, Craig, for spending time with us here on the Hollywood Social Lounge. We hope to have you back. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep the laughter going and keep healing the pain out there that we are suffering from.
Got it.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much.
All right. So there you go. Craig Shoemaker. Yes, you can find him. It's all right there. CraigShoemaker.com. You can find him. Follow him on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. He's big. He's everywhere. We got to take a quick break. We got more trailers coming up next right here on the Hollywood Social Lounge. Stay tuned. We'll be right back right after this. All right, that's right. It's the Hollywood Social Lounge here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM, KVVB TV, 33 Facebook Live, and Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live as well, YouTube Live, everywhere we're live. We appreciate Craig Shoemaker. You can check him out again, craigshoemaker.com. And I wanted to give you a glimpse. We gave our TV audience a glimpse of the Comedy Kitchen, but for those of you everywhere on the radio and online, I wanted you to check this out as well. Here it is. Here is Comedy Kitchen. Check it out.
Kitchen started as a bet between two old Philly friends.
Yeah, my buddy here, stand-up comic Craig Shoemaker, likes to bet on everything.
Oh, you're damn right. I'll bet on a seahorse. But I also love to cook. And my brother from another mother, famous restaurateur Tony Luke Jr., he could cook a shoe and make it taste good.
Shoe for Shoemaker.
You see how I did that?
Yeah, I did.
But you could also use help with your jokes.
So that's the bet. I say I can teach a comic to cook.
And I say I could teach a chef to do stand-up.
So it's celebrity chefs versus comics.
But the chef is on the stage.
And the comic is in the kitchen.
That's right. This is Comedy Kitchen. How was that?
Really?
Problem with that?
What is wrong with you?
Take two.
So, looks good, right? I can't wait to see that personally. I personally just want to, travel with the crew there. Food, laughter, come on. You can't not have a good time, right? All right, well, it's that time for our favorite part, which is movie trailers. I'm going to just go ahead and share this one, which I feel you're definitely going to want to check out. Here it is, Jumanji.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself,
are you Dr. Dolittle?
We have no choice but to embark on this perilous journey.
Everyone pack your bags!
You can talk to animals.
babies cry, I watch them grow, then learn much more than I
It's okay to be scared.
know. And I think to myself,
Hello, Barry. Hello, lunch.
what a wonderful world.
Somehow, we just belong together.
Yes, I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world.
Where's the jungle? This is a whole new thing. Nobody told us we had to do a whole new thing.
Okay, something went wrong.
I'm coming!
Grandpa Eddie, come on in.
Did you guys see Spencer?
Is that? I think he went back in. We gotta go get him.
You hear something?
We haven't even picked our guys yet. Are we in Florida?
Oh my god.
Wait. We're in the wrong body! My joints feel like butter.
Oh, never. Feel loose myself.
This can't be happening! I came back and things actually got worse.
Look at this. 1, 2, 3.
We have some issues here. The game is busted.
Listen up now. This is a dangerous place. You got to have eyes in the back of your head.
What in the Sam hell just happened to him?
What the hell is this? Would you look at me? I haven't looked like this since...
Never. You look like this never.
I think my eyes are a different color.
All of you is a different color.
Check this out. Strengths and weaknesses. Linguistics.
Oh, goodness.
Nunchucks. That's new.
Damn, that's a good list. Weaknesses, heat, sun, and sand. How is this guy a character in an adventure game? Man, it is hot out here!
We have to find Spencer and Bethany.
This next adventure is even more challenging. This time, not all of you will leave the game alive.
Bethany thought you might need some help.
Where is Bethany?
She's right here.
She says, oh my God, like I'm a total horse.
Yep, that's Bethany.
Hey.
You are a terrible driver.
What are you talking about? I just passed my driver's test last month again. We're not going to make it. We're going to make it. I don't think we're going to make it. We're going to make it. We're not going to make it.
What happened?
Yes, I'm back. I missed you so much. Oh my God, you guys, hi.
Bethany?
You guys, we're back in Jumanji.
So there it is, Jumanji and Doolittle doing some pretty cool stuff. Will you watch it? We want to know in social media. Let us know in the comments below, as well as this trailer, which I just seriously, I'm so getting ready for Star Wars. Maybe you are too. Here's some stuff to get ready for it. Here it is.
Is the world more peaceful since the revolution? It is a shame that your people suffered. But bounty hunting is a complicated profession. They said you were coming. They said you were the best in the parsec. Would you agree? Mandalorian, look outside. They are waiting for you. Yeah? Good.
It's an instinct. A feeling. The Force brought us together. We're not alone. Good people will fight if we lead them.
People keep telling me they know me. No one does.
But I do.
Long have I waited. And now, you're coming together. Is your undoing.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir. At my friends.
Confronting fear. It's the destiny of a Jedi. Your destiny
take my money. Just take it. Take it. I pretty much already spent it. Yeah, Mandalorian looks great. I'm going to get Disney Plus just for that, to be honest. Whether I'm going to keep it or not, I don't know just yet, right? Because they have this whole like weekly, they let it out instead of like Netflix. See, that's how they get you. They have the 7-week trial, so they're like, go ahead and watch it. You know, you're going to want to keep us. So, oh man, I've got so many questions and so many answers that need to be made as to the little, is it Baby Yoda? Is it not? What do you think in social media? We want to know. We see Bobby's tabs over there says, yes, I feel like I'm at the movies, and yes, I will see this. I think he's talking about The Mandalorian. As well, of course, even the last chapter of Star Wars. Did you like the ones leading up to this? I'm going to be honest, truth be told, did not like it. But will I still sign up to see this? Most likely, yes, and I'll probably see it on the IMAX. So that's happening, and we got to let you guys go. But again, Craig Shoemaker, go check out his comedy routine. It's all right there. Craig Shoemaker finding the funny, and he finds it well. We got to let you guys go. Make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember, life is worth living, so live it well. Bye-bye, everyone.